Lokati here. Today we're going to go over our T6 or T7 Essence farming strategy. This is one of the strategies that I posted at the very beginning of the league that I think is always good. And as a result of this league, it has turned out to always be good. Now we're going to take a quick look at the Atlas here. This is pretty straightforward, and we'll have the Atlas link posted down below. But you're taking all the Essence nodes for Essences, all the Shrine nodes for Shrine buffs, all the Niko nodes for Niko buffs through Packed with Energy. And then we have a little bit in Scarabs here just to kind of increase the amount of Scarabs we're getting generically. And outside of that, we just got a lot of quant and a lot of map drop rate for additional map sustain. Now, you're not going to be able to self-sustain this with this setup as it is. Last league, we were able to self-sustain with Singular Focus. This league, I don't know why, but we're not getting as many maps out of the league. And it could just be the fact that Mercenaries increased the number of drops we had by a significant enough margin that you could self-sustain. But without, in the current league, it's not full self-sustain, so you're going to be buying maps. The good thing is we've got asynchronous trade. There's no issue with that. Now, for Scarabs, we are running 4 times Essence Scarabs and 1 Ascent Scarab, and then Essence on our map device. The Ascent Scarab guarantees that we're going to find deafening essences in the map. It's very important. It's a cheap Scarab right now. Cost per map is 5 for the Essence of Ascent, about 5 Chaos for all 4 Essence Scarabs, 4 for the map device, and then about 4 for each map, about 18 cost per run. Now, in the run that I did, we ended up doing 20 maps, making good money. We'll talk about that later. But you're looking at 18 cost per run on this, which is a nice low investment farm. The strategy is simple. You open the map, you go in, you kill all of the essences first, then you kill the bosses. And the reason we do that is because Crystal Resonance puts an essence from each imprisoned monster onto the boss. The reason I run City Square is those essences are spread out among 3 bosses rather than all being dumped into one. A single boss with 12 or 15 essences is very, very, very tough. 3 bosses with 5 to 6 essences each are much easier because of the way multiplicative scaling works. Let me emphasize this. This is not a build for a weak character. You need relatively good damage and relatively good tankiness. Essence mobs are no joke, even in a T7. So make sure that your character is up to par so that you can do the farm if this is what you want to do. Now, we run white maps because map modifiers have no impact on essences, and the generic loot from a T7 map is inconsequential. We run City Square because it has multiple bosses. There are many other maps that also have multiple bosses, so if you don't like City Square, choose whatever you want to do. We are going to have to purchase maps. I'm sustaining about 10 maps for every 20 I run, and so you save 40 CAS in map costs if you sustain the same. And so it's pretty straightforward. As far as the future of the farm, we expect the profit of the farm to increase as the season progresses because that's what Essence always does. Now, that being said, probably going to be a little bit better this season because the womb tree is just shitting out fractured items. And one of the number 1 ways to craft is Essence Fracture. And there's many, many more fractured items, so more people will be crafting with essences. So I expect it to scale up better than it did before. Typically speaking, mid-league, you're looking at 15 to 20 divs per hour. Late league, 20 to 25 divs per hour. And so it scales very, very well with the economy. So it's a good farm to start now and just play through as we go. Selling the essences right now is almost strictly in chaos. There's not a lot of divine purchase orders, but once divine purchase orders are more common, you'll typically make more profit selling them in bulk in divine sets rather than 1 by 1 in chaoses, and it's also easier on your gold sustain if you're selling them in divines per stack rather than chaoses per essence. Now, we do get a relatively good amount of gold while we're mapping. You might want to run a gold flask if you're having any issues with gold as well to help sustain your gold while you're mapping and selling essences. But Faustus does a great job of taking care of this for us. Now, as far as profit on the map goes, what we did was at the halfway mark 10 maps, we were making about 11 div an hour. At the end, we were making about 10 div an hour. After all was said and done, we made 11.3 div. So we went from 6.7 to 18. So 11.3 div in profit. That's about 1130 chaos right now, give or take. We spent about 360 chaos, although we really only spent about 320 chaos because we got 10 maps back. That gives you a net profit of about 810 chaos per hour, so about 8 divs per hour. Now, my character is not fast. My character is not strong. It's a decent character. But a good, strong character that has great movement and can kill the essences fast can probably do that at about 50% faster. So I'm getting 20 maps an hour. If you get 30 maps an hour, you're going to make, instead of 8 div an hour, you're going to make 12 div an hour. I don't think anyone's going to go too much faster than that because there is just the time constraint of having to pick up the essences off the ground. So from a profit standpoint, you're looking between 8 to 12 div an hour with a decent character, very low investment, and a lot of fun. I enjoy essences. Picking them up off the ground is good. It's very satisfying, and I hope you all enjoy it as well. If you have any questions over anything, come by Twitch, come by YouTube, ask. I'm here to answer however I can and help y'all however I can. Everything will be linked below. Thank y'all very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace.